A moment of your time.
Aw, you're so sweet, but I'm busy this weekend.
Well, what the hell? Somebody might as well enjoy it. Knock yourself out.
Eddie the dog's fate is revealed in the 4th episode of the Frasier Reboot. In the original series, Frasier's return to Seattle meant a reconciliation with his father, Martin, with whom he had a tense relationship growing up. Living together proved to be particularly difficult for the recently divorced Frasier, not just because they hardly shared anything in common, but also because Martin would be bringing Eddie, his cherished pet dog, with him. In the original Frasier, the Jack Russell Terrier was a character unto himself and went on to become one of the most recognizable dogs on television. Every one of the 11 seasons of Frasier featured Eddie, and he was the subject of multiple episodes. When he wasn't the center of attention, he stole the show by either doing something cute or irritating, at least to Frasier or Niles. But in the same way that Frasier discovered how to communicate with his father, he also started to feel a connection with the dog. Eddie may have been considered a part of the Crane family, given his undying loyalty and attachment to the patriarch of the Crane family. Given that Martin's absence from the Frasier revival has been confirmed, it makes us wonder what became of his cherished best friend. In order to help Frasier understand the value of his work, Freddie brings his father to the office in Trivial Pursuits, the 4th episode of the Frasier Reboot. Freddie uses this as a means of correcting his elder, as he is troubled by the persistent impression that Frasier is mocking the professional route he took. Frasier agrees because he wants to get back in touch with his son, but he is unaware that the firehouse has a dog who acts eerily similar to Eddie. Although Frasier doesn't specifically mention Martin's pet, he does allude to Eddie when he says, "I outlasted that little mongrel, I'll outlast you," implying that the pet has passed away. It's unclear if the firehouse dog will be a regular part in the Frasier relaunch, but if it is, it will undoubtedly be the right Eddie's successor. Although Freddie doesn't appear to own it and doesn't interact with it, the fact that it exists allows it to be utilized going ahead in a more significant manner. Regardless, given Frasier's early feelings toward Eddie, it's plausible that he may eventually come to appreciate the new dog. For perspective, it should be noted that Eddie's age at the beginning of the first sitcom was not made clear. Having said that, he was under Martin's supervision for a few years prior to Frasier's return to Seattle, so he would have been older than 11 at the conclusion of the first Frasier. Given how long dogs live, it's likely that he passed away from old age not long after Martin wed Roni. For the record, Moose, the original dog who portrayed Eddie, died at the age of 16 back in 2006. His imaginary character might have done the same. It's not impossible.